Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Dawn Huffy. I'm the owner of Belle Coaching, and my life coaching certifications came through the Brave Thinking Institute. When a problem comes along in your life, what is your first reaction? Do you get angry? Do you fall into worrying? My coach, Mary Morrissey, is such a great storyteller, and she teaches so many of her principles through her stories. And I want to share Mary's story about her God can, which speaks to this worrying issue. By 1980, Mary and her husband had 4 children. Mary wanted to take the concepts and ideas that she was learning and share them in a broader way. So they bought a travel trailer and set out on an 18-month journey around the United States. They left Oregon with 4 children and 2 cats and $300. Her husband bought window washing equipment so that he could earn money along the way when Mary wasn't able to make money speaking and teaching. Things were going well until they arrived in the state of Florida. People there were very skeptical of any strangers, so no one would hire a window washer. And it was to be weeks before Mary had another speaking engagement, and they were running out of money. This is when Mary fell into fussing and worrying. And these were some of the concepts that she taught others to avoid. She knew that if she got caught up in the worry, it would lead to frustration. There is a definite progression of what happens when we get caught up in fussing and fuming. And I typed out that progression for you to see. Okay, so we start at the top with worry, and then we move to anxiety, and that decreases our creativity, which leads us to frustration. Yes. So that's not a very fun place for any of us to be stuck in, frustration. Worrying causes anxiety, which dulls the creativity to solve the problem. And that's when we end up feeling so frustrated. And we really don't want to miss the answer to the problem while we're stuck in that uncomfortable, awful place. Mary noticed a garage sale down the street, and there she found a ball canning jar. She had the idea to write all of her worries on a piece of paper and put it in the ball jar and clamp the lid shut. And when she shut the lid, she focused on giving all of the worries to God. So here's what this more positive progression looks like. So you put your worry in the God can, and you have faith that He is going to give you an answer. This brings you calm. You're open to creativity, you see opportunities, and you end up with blessings. Yes, so that's way more positive. When we run into a problem and we don't know what to do, we can remind ourselves by saying, I'm not sure how to solve this problem, but God can. We can tell ourselves things like, I'm not going to fuss and fume about the problem. Instead, I'm going to trust in God. I'm going to have faith that God will bring about a solution, and I'm going to put my attention on solutions and not the problem. God will give us an answer when we ask a question. It may not be in that moment, but He will answer. It is our job to be open and aware so that we notice the answer. The answer might come to us in a song, in a book, from a friend, or we may just all of a sudden know what to do. Remember, the law of attraction is always operating, and if we get caught up in fussing and fuming for too long, we will attract more experiences to fuss and fume about. This is how the law of attraction works. So just notice what you are noticing and switch those thoughts if you are sludging around in that kind of negativity. And put your worries into God's hands. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you.